Today we wanted to talk a little bit about homeowners insurance and some things that both buyers and sellers should be aware when they're shopping or reviewing their policies.
Yeah, that is a really good topic, especially when buying a home. It is a big asset that you're adding to your portfolio. So you want to make sure if something were to happen, right, you have the right coverage in place so that you're put back together in a, at least where you were, if not in a better shape than before. So we want to be there as an insurance company to help with that.
Perfect. And so if you're a home buyer out there and you're looking to purchase a new home, what are maybe some of the most important things that you should be focusing on when you're looking for that policy?
So the first thing I would say when you're looking for a homeowner's insurance policy is you want to make sure there is replacement cost on that dwelling coverage. And you would like to also see like guaranteed or, a percentage above that. Because ultimately we want to put you, rebuild to where you were at least, if not better. So when you see replacement costs, that means we are rebuilding, replacing versus you being under possibly insured or having to shell out more out of pocket when that claim were to arise.
Perfect. And, I know a lot of people when they're buying homes, they're obviously very cost conscious and they're trying to fit, into a payment, when they're talking about the mortgage and the interest and now you add in the insurance and taxes. What is some good advice that you would give, potential buyers that they need to focus on and why it's important to really not just shop for cost?
Yeah, so when you think homeowners insurance, you're thinking it's going to cover everything. Well, it doesn't. So having a conversation with an agent that can go through all of the pieces of the policy and make sure that you add the right endorsements that, are required, or I would say that you would want, because if there were to be that claim, you wouldn't want to hear, no, we don't have coverage for you on that policy. Some of those things that I always like to talk about, water, because not all water scenarios are covered. So that's a big one. Not all pipes are covered under policies. So, having that conversation is a big one. But I would say the biggest thing that's happening nowadays and people are wondering about is roofs. What is that going to do to my policy, and what is that going to cost me if a claim were to arise? So I think a roof is a really good topic that we should talk about today.
Perfect. Yeah, I know we had talked recently about it seemed almost every house in my neighborhood was getting a new roof last year after there was a hailstorm that came through, and certainly, that's going to have impacts on insurance. So, expand more on that. Like, what's the impact going to be for all these people getting new roofs?
So this is a really good point in insurance. So when you are looking for a home or when you have a home, the age of your roof will 100% impact the cost of your policy and what type of coverage you may or may not have on it. So just like, owning a vehicle, that depreciates over time. Those wheels on that vehicle, the rubber on that, as you use it over time, that wears away. General maintenance on your vehicle, just like owning a home, you've got to have that, maintenance done on your home. Sure. So a roof, if you're looking at two homes and you have a roof that's maybe brand new or within 1 or 2 years old, and you have a roof next to it that's maybe 20 years old and you have a storm, I can guarantee that roof that's 20 years old is going to have significantly more damage than maybe that brand new roof. So having a newer roof is definitely going to be a positive impact to your coverage and probably less out-of-pocket cost if and when a claim were to arise. So over time, replacement costs, as we had talked about earlier, changes to actual cash value. So you might not be getting a full cost of that roof replaced when you have that claim. So knowing what coverage you have on your policy is extremely important.
So when you hear people say pray for a hailstorm, don't not good advice is what you're saying.
It may cost you more than what you're thinking it will. So deductible, that kind of goes into that next topic that I would talk about when looking for coverage for your home. So that out-of-pocket cost that you're thinking, what is that going to cost me if a claim were to arise? Well, if it's liability-wise, you do not have an out-of-pocket cost, which is awesome. But now when you have damage to your home, right? So now you have damage to your home and you need to get fixed, there may be a difference in deductible and what you have to pay, whether you have a wind or hail related loss. So that windstorm, that hailstorm that came through, you might be paying more on that policy than if you were to have a fire or a water, issue going on.
Sure.
So that again is something you really should be mindful when shopping for insurance.
Perfect. No, that all makes perfect sense. And something I was, thinking about when you think about insurance, there's a lot of options out there. Of course,
Yes.
There's local agents like yourself, and then there's call center options. What would you say to people as far as what is the true value in having somebody like you who's living and working in our community be someone for their insurance?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that I would say is have someone that you trust as an agent. So whether it's someone from American Family or a different agent, as long as you have that person, that point of contact that can keep you in the know of what's going on in the industry. Because I can say in the last year, 2 years, there's been a lot of changes going on. And if you have maybe that 1-800 number that you're just getting the mailings, they're not looking out for your best interest and letting you know, these are the changes that are happening. This is what we can do to make you in a better spot than you were. And here, maybe it's not covered or it's actually going to cost you more than you were expecting.
Perfect. So yeah, it definitely sounds like having somebody here local that's knows what's going on and can be more proactive and reaching out when we have those events, those weather events and so forth. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, Shannon, to explore, either getting an insurance policy or reviewing the policy that they have to see if they got adequate coverage, what's the best way that someone can get in touch with you?
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch with me would be through, I'm assuming we're going to have the contacts below, but you can get a hold of me at 608-274-9702, or you can email me at, it'd be SCLAYTO1, the number 1, at amfam.com.
Perfect. Well, Shannon, I really appreciate you taking some time to come in and help us educate our audience on the importance of homeowners insurance and what they need to be looking for. And yeah, so of course, if you're looking for advice on real estate or anything going on in the market, you can always reach out to our team, your trusted real estate partners here in the greater Madison and South Central Wisconsin area. You can reach me at 608-345-6594 or email me directly at jdholt@kw.com. We thank you so much for taking time to watch this video, and until next time, be well.
Thank you.